Canadian soccer right now is in absolute shambles. The self-proclaimed but not true kings of CONCACAF have canceled 2 matches in the last week against Iran and Panama. So not only are they quitters, but also liars.
It doesn't make sense.
I can't believe this has happened.
So what did happen with this Canadian men's national team to have them cancel the Iranian match and then schedule one against Panama and then not show up to play and have to say,
sorry?
What is going on, Canada? Get it together. After the Canadian Federation set up a match against Iran, they then canceled the match because of political pressures from the Canadian government. In short notice, they scheduled a match against Panama set to be played on June 5th. The team showed up, the fans showed up, everyone showed up except the Canadian national team. Now, as soon as they refused to play, the men's national team and the women's national team for Canada sent letters to the Canada Soccer Federation. These letters were addressed to all of Canada, so like 14 people in total, regarding all of their grievances with the Canada Soccer Federation. Let's break down what's going on in the Canadian Federation and why these teams are refusing to play, why they sent these letters asking for some demands in their new contracts, all today on It's Called Soccer. But first, a word from our sponsors, BetOnline. Our partners at BetOnline continue to be the #1 source for all of your betting needs and sports info. Find all of the latest odds, news, and sports developments, including this year's basketball championship finals, the NHL Hockey Conference Finals, Major League Baseball, the latest fighting news, and even next season's early NFL futures, and of course, the best sport in the world, soccer. Head to the website or use your mobile device to sign up today to receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Just use our promo code BELIEVE, that's BLEAV, to get the bonus and get into the action. Bet online, where the game starts. What's up, everyone? My name is Jake, and this is It's Called Soccer. I love to break down interesting stories across the entire soccer landscape in ways that make sense to you. So if that sounds good, make sure to hit the subscribe button and help us get to 5,000 subscribers. Now, on a basic level, in both of these letters sent, it seems like both Canadian teams, men and women, are asking for enhanced compensation from the Canada Soccer Federation. All of that because they helped to raise the profile of soccer in Canada, especially this year, with the Canadian men's national team winning the CONCACAF group, going to the World Cup, and the women's national team has actually been quite successful over the last decade or so. While the men have only found recent success, the women are asking for an equal slice of the pie, requesting equal pay to the men's squad. This may be one of the first moments that we see downstream impacts of the US Soccer Federation's new agreement with the men and women's team that allows for equal pay between both teams. Now, there's some really interesting tidbits in these letters that the team sent, and especially in the one that the Canadian men's national team sent. It stated the relationship with the Canadian Soccer Federation has been strained for years, and they hope that qualifying and some recent success would alleviate some of the tensions in the relationship. But further incompetence and secrecy from the Canada Soccer Federation proved that their hopes were wrong. And can I just ask, is there one frickin' soccer federation in the entire world that is not corrupt? I mean, coast to coast in all corners of the world, plus FIFA, which oversees all of these federations, just seems to be money-grubbing people leeching money from the players and fans that need it most to grow the game. The women's side also released a statement that echoed some of the same points, except it included an additional detail about an agreement that they had been asking for since January, and they had only heard new information from the federation in the last few days. That means on some basic level, it took over 6 months for the federation just to communicate with the women's team on some of their asks. And to the surprise of absolutely nobody, there are no concessions made in this draft from the Canadian Soccer Federation to the women's team. Now, this all centers around a shady agreement between the Canada Soccer Federation and something called Canada Soccer Business. I mean, what the is that? Come on, that sounds like a very made-up name. That just sounds like the most generic, made-up, fake name in the world. We do business and we do soccer. That's what Canada Business Soccer does. But anyways, the agreement was signed between Canada Soccer Federation and Canada Soccer Business on a 10-year deal in 2019 that allowed Canada Soccer Business to represent Canada Soccer Federation in all media and sponsorship deals. But where the players seem to have the most grievances in these letters is that nobody seems to know or understand where the money that the Canada Soccer Business is making is going into the Canada Soccer Federation. And the players now want answers. I think that's reasonable. The letter spells out what the players need in order to play another match. Especially the men's team, they've just canceled their match against Panama, and now they have a Nations League coming up against Curacao on June 9th, only a few days away. In the letter, the players state, "Going forward, we need transparency and a review of the Canada Soccer Business Agreement, a leadership team that can optimize this moment and generate revenue from corporate sponsorship that should be used to drive the game forward at all levels for years to come. An equitable structure with our women's national team that shares the same player match fees, percentage of prize money earned at our respective FIFA World Cups, and the development of a women's domestic league. World Cup compensation that includes 40% of prize money and a comprehensive friends and family package for the 2022 World Cup. And more former players from the men's, women's, and Paralympic team integrated into leadership positions within Canada Soccer Board and organization." They also signed it off in the most badass way that you possibly could. And how can you not give them what they want after hearing this? I know John Herdman is behind this somehow. They signed it off. "We are brothers. We fear nothing. We stand on guard." So, my Canadian brothers and sisters that are trying to shine a light on the shady organization of Canada Soccer Business and what they do and where the funds flow through, I stand with you. I stand on guard. Guys, thanks so much for watching this. I really hope you learned something new and appreciated the video. Thank you to all of the Patreons so much. I really appreciate all of the additional support. You can see your name up on screen now. Help us get to 5,000 subscribers by hitting that sub button. And I will see you all next time on It's Called Soccer. Peace.